You are listening to Parking Lot Perspectives with Darin and Evan.
Welcome to episode 35 of your Parking Lot Perspectives podcast.
With your great hosts, Darin and Evan.
Darin and Evan. So, hey, we just got back from watching the opening night of The Long Walk.
And boy, was it an opening night showing.
Wow. There was actually more people in the theater tonight.
Than Weapons, than half
Yeah,
the movies we just saw.
Yeah. Evan and I were just joking that, there was a ton of people in here. I guess a lot of people read the books. And what was interesting was, after the movie, we heard a lot of people talking about the differences between the book and the movie. And we'll get into some of that. But right now, the movie, just so everyone understands, it's got a 94 critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 80 on Metacritic. There's nothing on IMDb yet, but
it actually just updated 7.5 on IMDb.
Wow, I'm looking at the page. How are you looking? Okay, that's pretty impressive, Evan. You've got some high-tech technology.
That's it. Sponsored by Parking Lot Perspectives.
There you go. So don't forget to click like, subscribe, or follow. Tell your friends. Blah blah blah. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok.
Blah, blah.
Don't forget to check us out on TikTok.
TikTok or TikTok?
TikTok.
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 Yes. We'll put up some short clips of today's episode on there, so check it out.
There you go. So the movie The Long Walk, based on a Stephen King novel, it is 1 hour, 48 minutes. It's R-rated for a really good reason.
Suspenseful movie, I would think.
Not a horror. So IMDb lists this as a horror, and you said suspense. I said maybe thriller suspense.
Yeah.
Not horror.
Not horror. And, I know we're not going to do spoilers, but there could have been a way that they changed this to make it a horror, like we talked about.
Good call.
But, yeah, very suspenseful, very Hunger Games, like,
wow.
big-time Hunger Games.
Let's talk about that real quick. So Francis Lawrence is the director, and he did basically all of the Hunger Games.
Which I did not know before saying that.
Nope.
So you filled me in on that. Yes, all the Hunger Games, and it just gave you that feeling.
Yeah.
Because take it away. What's that plot about? Tell the listeners here.
So the plot of The Long Walk is this is a way to raise, I think, like awareness in the country after a big war. Production goes up when they do The Long Walk.
Yeah.
And basically it's these people, which is all boys or young men, walk. I do want to talk about the difference. The book had 100 participants. The movie has 50.
They have to walk at 3 miles per hour, or 3.0. I think it's miles per hour, right? And in the book, it's 4. So,
correct. Big difference. I mean, think about that.
Yeah, I think they did an interview with Stephen King. He did approvals to reduce that because it was more realistic.
Yep.
But yeah, the big thing you left out here with the plot, if you stop walking,
oh sorry,
you get whacked.
Is that a technical term? Whacked.
Your bell rung.
You get your ticket punched. You get activated.
Yeah.
Is that what they said? I think Mark Hamill says activate.
There's all these different things. You get shot. You get murdered, and that's where the Hunger Games comes in. Instead of the big boom when someone dies in Hunger Games, it's just a gunshot.
And I don't think that's a spoiler, and I do think this is going back to what Evan just said a couple minutes ago, is they could have made this a horror or suspense movie by the walkers not knowing that you get killed. That could have easily been...
Yes, in both the book and the movie, I think they knew what they were signing up for.
Yeah.
That would have made this a horror.
Yeah.
Like, imagine joining this, you think, all right, you lose, you just walk away, go back to your family. No, you just watch little Billy get shot in the head. You're done.
Yeah, and big difference, too, here. The movie, all of the characters in The Walk are young.
Yes.
In the book, I think the character McVrees is 61 years of age.
Big difference.
Big difference here. So there's really not any older players.
I would think all of them were in like their lower 20s.
Yeah. I would agree. Yep. So real quick, first of all, you got Mark Hamill of Star Wars fame. Mark Hamill said he was basically out of movies. He thought he was done. Had a conference call, read the script, and I thought he was good. He wasn't in a lot. But he plays the general, I think is what it is.
That's right.
And he does a good job.
Or
the major. He plays the major. He does a good job. I think he...
Yeah. Man, he's getting old. That voice,
wow.
Huh?
His voice is very strained.
It's like he was a major his whole life with that voice. But not knocking him. He's very good at what he does. And I think... we have to learn more about why he was so thrilled to do this role, though. Was it the plot? We'll maybe insert.
You'll
something,
have to insert something or talk about it on TikTok.
Yeah, we'll do that in a separate clip.
There you go. So
what a cast. Outside of him?
Evan said something I thought was very, very key. The dialogue in this movie was very well done, as well as the acting. So the big focus is on Cooper Hoffman. He plays Raymond Garrity. This guy, he's what, 22 years of age. He played Dick Ebersol in last year's Saturday Night that we liked.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed his performance in this. Great dialogue, good acting skills, emotional, right? Draining. You're walking forever. It just made you feel like he was fitting this part perfectly well. And you just didn't lose interest in his character. You kept wanting to cheer him on. So.
Ooh, did not lose interest in his character. You're on fire. I think the guy who stole the show is David Johnson. Evan saw him in Industry. I've never seen Industry. But this guy, I thought he did a wonderful job. He actually played Peter McVries, in this movie. I thought he was a really bright spot. I liked the whole...
Yeah, the connection.
The connection, yeah.
The connection between those two carried this film forward.
Yep.
But we cannot stop there because with any sort of suspenseful type thriller, it's always good to have some comic relief. And boy, did we get it in this.
Wow. So
a couple of them.
There's a couple of them. So one guy, Ben Wang, plays Hank Olson. He was... You said his lines were just...
Everything just made the audience laugh. We had a full audience, so it was nice to hear some laughter out there. And it's an actor. I think he was in the newest Karate Kid movie, you said. And I think up-and-coming actor, and I'd never heard him in an interview. He's got this thick New York accent in this movie. You know, helps out with the Jersey accent I got here. So.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say he wants a water. I don't know. He might. Yeah. Sorry, Artie. He might want a water.
Yeah. He was good, though.
He was good, yeah. Garrett Waring, he was in Manifest, a TV show. He's done some stuff. I thought he looked like the grown-up version of the kid that was, I think his name's Logan something, that was in The Pacifier. But it's not. So Logan... Or Garrett Waring.
Not from The Pacifier.
Not from The Pacifier. Garrett Waring played Stebbins. A good character. Won't give away there's a little hidden secret there. And then Tut Nyoit plays Arthur Baker. He's one of the tight group of friends, right? Till the very end. Then you had Charlie Plummer plays Barkovich, who is just a ginormous...
Yeah, he's the conflict, we'll call it. I know there's some conflict.
Wow.
It's incredible when you think of a film like this. You have, I was telling Darin on the way home, you have one sequence, right? It's just them walking the whole time. There's no other scene. There's some flashbacks. Yep. But for the most part, it's all them walking so that you got to be interested. And the way they casted this, I'm sure the book readers out there would love to talk more about this, if they had those personal experiences from the book. I think they nailed it. I think they nailed the casting.
Yeah, I think one of the things that was great is the amount of people in the theater that knew about the book. And to be fair, Evan and I did not read the book, but I thought it was great because they were talking. As soon as the movie was done, they were all talking.
I thought that was changed this.
Yeah, they did this. They did that. Yeah, it was really good. So I do want to call out Joshua. I think his name is Ajik. He played Collie Parker, kind of a Native American gentleman in the film. He was good, but I called this from the get-go to Evan. I know you're not supposed to talk in a theater, but Roman Griffin Davis. He is the guy that played Jojo Rabbit. And he was in the movie.
You were so happy to find
out. I was like, I knew this kid from
Jojo
somewhere.
the Rabbit. I was
like, he was great. He was great. Also, Judy Greer from my hometown of lovely Detroit, Michigan. She's in it. She plays a very serious role. I did not seen her... It was kind of weird to see her in a series.
Role.
Yeah. Not very good.
But I think awesome job for a cast. If you put them all on paper, you probably wouldn't recognize half of them. I don't think.
That's a really good statement.
Perfect all together, and that's what this was: a band of guys together walking down this long road, long path, right?
Or maybe you have a long walk.
But yes. Man, I had a long walk to the bathroom.
Whoa, yeah, there you did. Yeah, you did. I will say the special effects, Evan and I were talking about that. We mentioned earlier, if you fall below 3 miles per hour or you get
a couple warnings.
You get 3 warnings, then a final warning, and then
you're popped.
Boom, you're done. The way those
sound.
unbelievable. They showed Jojo Rabbit, or my boy Roman Griffin Davis. He's the first one to go, and half his face comes off, and it's
spoiler.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you knew he was gonna die, but yeah, he gets capped.
I mean, yeah, he got capped. He needs a new jaw.
Yeah.
The thing I like talking about here with this one, he directed I Am Legend, and I Am Legend had a ton
Francis Lawrence,
of gunshots, right? I mean, there was a lot of different scenes shooting. It reminded me of that, just the loudness of it. I obviously saw this in the theater. I think I saw that one in the theater too. Not sure who was behind the sound of this, but I'm sure.
No, but really good point, because when it did make you stop and focus.
Yes, and just like in that movie with the zombies, when they were getting popped by Will Smith, that was loud.
That's a good call. Good call.
And I personally enjoyed it. I think the story carried this one forward for us personally. I wasn't a fan of the ending though. Not a fan.
So we're not going to tell you what the ending is. It is different than the book, but both of us. I mean, the movie was over. We both just stared at each other. What was that?
You know what it is? It's one of those endings, and I could say it's about spoilers. It just goes to a black screen. You're hoping another scene comes.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous, and they said that that's what they wanted to do, but the book sounds like it was a lot better.
Yeah, the ending of the book, Darin read, I wouldn't have been happy with that either.
Yeah, that would have been a bad movie too. But either way, the ending I thought sucked. But whatever.
It wasn't 28 years later.
That's right. So it had some good. It had, I think, only one song in it, but it had a good score. Very intense. But again, it's a suspense movie. I don't think this is horror.
Did you think it was too long of a movie? An hour?
I think it could have easily been an hour and 30.
Hour 48, yeah.
Yeah, I think it could have been
minutes out.
I will say I was an hour in before I looked at my watch, so I thought it went by really well. But I think it could have easily been an hour and 30. It's just, folks, they're walking. That's all it is. There's two flashback scenes. That's it. I mean, you're walking. You're watching these guys walk and talk on a walk. And
so I have a question for you. In the movie, they each of them they get dropped off before they start, and they all bring some stuff. What things would you bring on your walk?
Ooh. Well,
it seems like they didn't really have any restrictions.
Yeah, I would keep things to keep me awake. Because
that's none of them had caffeine unless
No. But I think they were also given rations.
Yes.
So
they didn't really go into detail what they got, but I thought it was interesting that each of them had their own bags, each of them brought their own stuff that was personal to them. And
they slept while they walked.
Yeah, the believability of that I didn't understand.
So what would you pack in your bag?
I would definitely pack caffeine, maybe a pre-workout to keep me going. None of them really. I mean, they had some of them were eating like fruit. I saw, but
one ate out of the can,
like a banana or whatever would be good. Yeah. I think potassium is important.
Because this went on for 5 days.
Yeah,
and they don't stop. By the way, folks, this is a long walk. There's 300 some odd miles.
I think it ended at almost 400 miles.
Yeah.
I think staying awake, alert, having potassium in your body, make sure you're not cramping up. Yep. I think those are the critical things, and that's what got a lot of people killed.
A lot of people killed. So let's just jump right to it, Mr. Evan. What do you rate this movie? We already know it's not a horror movie from Evan and I's perspective.
I'm gonna. That ending really killed it for me. And I think it was a little too long. I'm gonna go 6-8.
Wow! Evan drops below 7 and goes 6-8.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think to justify that score, again, it is a movie that is just following a group of people on one road. If you get past that, which I did, the cast really got them all together. Mm-hmm. I just thought that what would have really drew me in more is the shock factor. If this was kill after kill, like they didn't know they were getting killed and they were fearful of their lives this whole time, I think it would have been more, like it would have been more engaging to the crowd. Bigger impact on you and the audience, right? Because they all know it's coming. They kind of give up, some of them, because they know they're going to, I don't know. For me, the ending really
6-8.
brought it down. I was at 7-5. That ending really crushed me.
Well, it's funny because during the movie, I was thinking about The Green Mile.
The Green Mile.
You seen The Green
Yes.
Mile? Great Stephen King adaptation for the book for the movie from the book, and I was waiting for the big surprise. There's no big surprise here. Like I thought the reward for winning was a joke that didn't get it. Nope. There was no surprise.
You know what? You make a great point because I was waiting for. They had it in the beginning, and not giving much away here, but there should have been more conflict, like people throwing people's games or their opportunities to win and causing them to lose.
Yeah, they don't talk about this war that happened.
Well, that too.
Yeah. It just, I don't know.
You just dive into it. It leaves it up to you, your imagination, right? The ending and the beginning and how it all started. But yeah, so where are you at?
I'm gonna disagree with Evan. I'm actually gonna go an 8, and here's why. The dialogue, fantastic. The acting was fantastic. Take away the ending, yes, it sucks. But that's it for me. So that's why I give it an 8. Because I think if you're going to film 50 kids walking down the road for an hour and 48 minutes, and you're keeping me engaged, I think that's pretty damn good. So I thought it was a good story. Yes, they could have dove deeper. But I think a solid 8 on this. It's very well done. Now, would you tell people to rush out and see this in the theater?
I think to get the theater experience, yes, for this one. And I don't think this will hit as good on a couch in a living room streaming. I think the impact of those gunshots, the sound quality, just that alone is what drove us, out of that theater. I think like we were shell shocked in a way. So. Yeah, I would say go see this. It seems like a lot of people are seeing it. The reviews on IMDb, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, right? I'm not seeing any low reviews. I actually have the lowest review right now. So that is perfectly fine. I think everyone has their own thoughts and opinions on this. The book readers out there, I think definitely were in the bathroom when we were yapping, and they were like, they changed this, they changed that, but I didn't hear people saying this was terrible. Why'd they do this?
Wow.
Why'd they do that?
You are hitting the ball out of the park tonight. Man, but you're right. No one had anything bad, even though there's two guys.
Changes.
Two guys were like, man, they changed that up. But to Evan's point, no one said, ooh.
Yeah, I mean.
They weren't like you at 6'8".
I think 6'8" is harsh, but I went into this thinking this was going to be a freaking horror movie, right? Or a deep thriller movie, and it was just full-on suspense, but just no worries. But for those who like these type of movies, I think they'll thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, so there you go. Episode 35 in the books, The Long Walk. Go out and see it in a theater. I do think Evan's right. It's just a picture of guys walking down the road, but the story, the dialogue, the plot, just the ending, just be prepared that it sucks. Besides that, I think it's worth going to see. And again, I would like to hear from people who've read the book. And Marky, I'm talking to you that I used to work with at Lowe's. I'm sure you've read the book.
Marky getting a shout out.
Marky Reeps getting a shout out. She has her own podcast, by the way.
Okay.
And she does books. So I'd love to hear from people who actually read the book and hopefully seen the movie. I'd love to hear what they think.
Yeah. I think go see it. I guess go read the book. People liked it. And the dialogue, the chemistry of these characters, you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. So,
excellent.
With that, thanks everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.